Now you got Boots Ennis who's in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know.
Man, great. Spud always been like that. Without a question, solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid.
You think there's anything left for him, coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him fight.
I wouldn't do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. Hey, split Islam. He looked at excellent.
Is there anybody
the most from
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160, possibly going. Jaron Ennis going to 160.
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight?
I don't know that yet, but I'm saying, and the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
Stay away from it. And by the way, there's this brother coming up, Molly. His name is Boots Ennis. This brother's special. You don't want to go in the ring against after that beating. Molly, it was so bad. I swear to y'all, I am not exaggerating. Yeah. You know how.
Terrence Bud Crawford once again surprised the world. Crawford hopped on a live interview after winning the biggest fight of his career, dethroning Canelo Alvarez and becoming the first guy in history to be undisputed in 3 weight divisions.
About fighting not being there spiritually, mentally, you think that might have affected Canelo, or that was just a skill difference was too wide?
I do think he was a little mentally tired. He's been at that level for a long time.
Right.
He's fought 11 fights in 4 years. That's a lot.
Timing was perfect for Crawford.
Yeah.
He said it himself at the press conference. He said timing was everything. Perfect timing, everything.
That's right.
His whole career was on timing.
He was mentally tired, but you got to give Crawford his credit, man. To keep your mind that mentally fresh and sharp and go out there and perform like that, that's a win itself. Not even just beating your opponent. For your mind to be that fresh, come fight next.
It's a reason.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so
Yeah, it's good.
it's a no-brainer.
Of course, congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Just do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
He's prepared to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. That's correct. One of boxing's most avoided fighters. One of the most dangerous young champions in the game. And now the man who was previously referred to as the GOAT is lining up footwear in front of us. This fight might be the passing of the torch. It could be a combination of errors, or it might be the moment Crawford demonstrates once and for all that he is untouchable. Let's break everything down. Terrence Crawford not only defeated Canelo Alvarez, but he also turned boxing upside down. Before the bout, everyone questioned him. Could a fighter who built his reputation at 135, 140, and 147 really handle Canelo, a natural 168-pound beast?
Bud got a 160. I think Bud should do what he want to do. Are you going to the Crawford parade on Saturday? I believe I am going. Yes, I believe that I am going. I have to look at my schedule and stuff.
But Crawford did not simply survive. He dominated. He outboxed, outfought, and outclassed Canelo throughout 12 rounds to secure a unanimous decision. Canelo couldn't really keep up with him.
Too fast, his feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so
yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of
Hell
boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. Mm-hmm. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure.
That victory did not simply award him Canelo's undisputed title. It established his status as the world's best boxer in terms of pound for pound. There are no excuses or debate. Crawford is the man.
Terrence fought a virtuoso fight. Terrence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terrence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terrence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
And after that fight, the question wasn't whether he was amazing. The question was, is he the greatest of all time? However, brilliance is always associated with the aim.
Against Jaron Ennis, for me, he's the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great.
Jaron Boots. Ennis has been circling Crawford's name for years. Unbeaten, 30 victories and 30 knockouts. At welterweight, a fighter so avoided that opponents freely stated they did not want the smoke. Boots is quick, explosive, and brutal in the ring. And he's only 27 years old, still in his prime.
Ennis with Crawford, but Ennis always says he's got a completely different style, and the only similarity is they both switch. Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. Me personally, I think that Terence Crawford boxes a hell of a lot more in the moment, phenomenal fighter in the moment, and I think Ennis is a lot more of a chess player.
Fans have often wondered what would happen if Crawford, the master technician, confronted Boots, the ravenous adolescent lion. And now it's more than just a fantasy. Crawford has committed to make this happen.
Crawford fight. I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering those questions, you know. And if a fight happened, it happened. You know, I wanted it to happen, but if not.
Yeah, Crawford did not evade the issue during a live interview following the Canelo fight. When asked about Boots, he stated that he is open to it. The boxing world went insane. Why? Crawford did not have to take this bout. He could retire right now, 42-0 undefeated, and go down as a legend. Instead, he's talking about Boots, a combatant most fighters avoid mentioning.
I
want to do it.
Do you respect him as, like, when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so...
I understand it, but don't lie or cap to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said never heard nothing else back about it. So right. I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net, acting like this.
That's why fans adore Crawford. He doesn't simply participate in large bouts. He engages in fights that others believe he should avoid.
Terrence Crawford, one of my favorites to watch now. I love Terrence Crawford, and I like to watch NUA too. NUA can fight, and you know who else I like to watch though? I like to watch Boots.
Oh, okay.
Boots, I love watching Boots. Boots got game.
I love fighting.
People don't understand. Boots got game. You know what I mean? Boots, every now and then he messes on the defense a little bit, but Boots got game.
Boots versus Terrence Crawford.
Now, Boots hasn't proven himself enough to tell me for me to say that he gonna beat Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford is a different kind of animal. You feel me? Proven stud. You understand where I'm coming from? But Boots, if anybody could be Bud in the future, it would probably be a Boots, because Boots got enough too.
So at what weight would Crawford and Ennis compete? Boots is the WBA's current 147 pounds welterweight champion. Crawford left that division behind. He began fighting at 154 and recently astonished the world at 168. There's no chance he'll go all the way back to welterweight. This bout will most likely take place at 154 pounds, possibly 160. Boots has the ability to move upward. Crawford, age 38, is unlikely to want to continue draining his body, so 154 or 160 makes sense.
A lot has been made about your sparring session with Boots, with Boots Ennis. How did that happen? What happened?
I cannot say much, but he called us and
and say if he can go and sparring with me and everything. I say, of course, right? A fighter like me, we always want great sparring because there is the thing, right? And I have history with the family because 14 years ago, his older brother helped me for Sugar Shane Motley and Alfonso Gomez. So it's Derek Ennis. So he helped me. So he was 14 years old at that time, by the way. And it was good, very good. And I'm very grateful with him because he made that time to go
and to be honest, that's when things get hazardous because Crawford is slower but more technical at heavier weights. Boots is young, powerful, and still expanding into his frame. This is why the matchup is so interesting. Here's a strange angle. Boots actually helped Canelo prepare for the Crawford bout.
Here, Key. You ready?
man?
Yeah, of course, baby. Going this way? Yeah, man. You know, it's a fight you ain't gonna want to miss, man. One time back. I told you the comeback 2025 is the key.
What do you think about Ennis joining Canelo for the Crawford camp?
Hey, good stuff.
Think that matters?
That's beautiful. Anywhere. That's beautiful, man. You know, when you.
Just run. See if I can get
it's a good move.
That's world class. That's, you know, I mean, it's the best switch hitter he can get. That's not his opponent, you know. His champions working with champions, you know. In the modern day and age, man, you don't get that a lot, you know. It reminds me back when I was supposed to fight Mark with Maidana, and I got Sean Porter for sparring.
Thank you, boss. You're the
you
best.
know, so I like it.
That's correct. Boots sparred with Team Canelo to prepare for Crawford. He was part of the game plan for figuring out Crawford, but he's not me.
Yeah, you know, as much as a lot of people, you know, say we have similarities and, you know, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, you know, and I'm not him. So
yeah. Tim had said comparison that like he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Bentley.
Yeah, like once again, like he's not me. You know, he's trying to get to where I'm at. You know, he's where he at, I'm where I'm at. You know, he got a long way to go.
This is not just a fight. It is personal. Boots might regard this as redemption. Crawford could interpret it as proving a point. You taught the person who attempted to beat me, yet I still won. Now I'll beat you too. The boxing world is buzzing. Some commentators, such as Max Kellerman, believe Crawford should keep fighting. He's shown that he can beat anyone at any weight. Others, including Eddie Hearn, believe Crawford should walk away now, retire unbeaten, preserve the legacy.
Crawford retire? Do you know what? Someone said the other day, and it's very true because I actually said it about Usyk. We've got a real tendency, haven't we, to kind of try and retire people off. Do you know what I mean? Like I said with Usyk, I think now he should retire. And everyone's like, why do you want him to retire? It's like, I just think it's a great way to go out. I actually also think that Crawford could move down and win a world title at 160. And that would make him, what, 6 division champ? 5, 35, 40, 47, 54, 6 division champion. But the problem is Terence Crawford now is really only going to want to fight for big money. And there's only certain fights that can generate that kind of money. So Shakur, he was obviously very close to him, seemed to say, so maybe that's it.
There are also warriors such as Boots who want Crawford to put himself to the test again. Pundits argue that Crawford has nothing more to prove, but fans are eager to see if the veteran lion can tame a young one. The battles between generations are what make boxing so attractive. Ennis is the guy to give that.
Do you feel like you should just sail off into the sunset after this monumental
well, win? You know what? He made it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? Got 2-3 more in him. You know what I'm saying? Frank will try harder. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, you know, it'd be a challenge. If you want to challenge yourself, yeah, I don't mind.
So, how would this fight turn out? Crawford is a phenomenal switch hitter. He can fight both orthodox and southpaw. He downloads his opponent's styles, breaks them down round by round, and ends strong.
Guy to give Crawford like trouble in there if they were ever to fight?
I think that would be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion,
versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion, and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
In my opinion, it's the perfect send-off. Boots? He's explosive, unpredictable, and athletic. He throws punches from unusual angles, has legitimate knockout power in both hands, and is quick enough to cover the distance on anyone. Crawford's advantages are experience, intelligence, and poise. Boots' advantages include youth, explosiveness, and hunger. This fight would be non-stop pyrotechnics. Here is the major question. Is Crawford too old for this? He's 38. At that age, most boxers have retired or are shadows of themselves.
I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terrence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without
it's
a question.
The perfect send-off.
But Crawford is not like most boxers. He's young in spirit, disciplined, and he just defeated Canelo, the pound-for-pound king. Father Time remains undefeated. If Boots is going to beat Crawford, this is the time. That's why supporters are divided. Some believe Crawford will educate him. Others believe Boots is going to retire him. Make no mistake, if this fight happens, it will be enormous. It's the old guard fighting the new. The undefeated legend versus the young murderer. The man pursuing GOAT status against the man seeking his first defining moment. If Crawford wins, he will be regarded as the greatest of his era. There's no argument. If Boots wins, he will capture the throne and become the face of boxing overnight. Either way, the sport triumphs. This is when the narrative gets fascinating. After defeating Canelo, Crawford hinted at retirement. He stated that he needs to sit down with his team. Eddie Hearn and other critics suggest retire now, protect the flawless record, leave as the ultimate GOAT. However, Crawford's willingness to face Boots demonstrates that he isn't quite ready to retire yet. He still has the fire, and just maybe he wants one more generational victory before riding off into the sunset. Some fans want Crawford to fight David Benavidez at 168 pounds. That is another monster fight. However, Crawford's team has already said no. They wish to stay put for now, rest, and only take on the appropriate challenges.
You want to fight Canelo? Would you ever entertain a fight with the Mexican monster, David Benavidez? What you want, Canelo? What you want, Canelo?
You gotta understand, like.
But I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know.
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. You know what I mean? His brother was big when I fought him. But, you know what I mean? Benavidez is a big dude. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. Like, he might be thick, you know what I mean? But he's not a big dude. You know what I mean? Like, Benavidez is like 6 foot something. You know what I mean? Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude. Like, you know what I mean?
And he's skilled, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, like, because I thought that at one point when Volkanovski was champion, I had retired. You know, I had retired, and I was like, dude, the only fight that I would really want to come back for is to fight a dude. I'm 5'4". This dude's fucking 5'6", and he's pound for pound. Right. So that's, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size him up.
Yeah.
You just size him up, especially when you going into a bigger weight class like that, you know what I mean, you size him up and you see, you know, your advantages and his advantages. You know, I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. You know, he might got the size, the power. You know, I feel like, you know, I got the better skills, boxing skills.
And let's be honest, Boots feels like the perfect next challenge. He's dangerous, fresh, and already involved in the Crawford versus Canelo storyline. Pros have already spoken, and their opinions could not be more divided. Some feel Crawford will utterly educate Boots in the same way that he decimated Errol Spence. Too smart, too keen, too experienced. Others think that Boots is simply too explosive and young, and that he will eventually catch Crawford when age catches up. Fans online are evenly divided. Half want Crawford to solidify his GOAT run by defeating the next big name, while the other half already believes it's time for new blood to take over. So here we are. Terence Crawford, who recently defeated Canelo Alvarez, has now agreed to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. Nobody thought Crawford needed this fight, but everyone wants to see it. The older master versus the younger lion. Share your opinions in the comments.
Ron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. Now obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, you know, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, you know, that he's still